आज ही डाउटनेट ऐप डाउनलोड करें। डाउटनेट पर होगा अब आपके सभी मैथ्स, केमिस्ट्री, फिजिक्स और बायोलॉजी डाउट्स का सफाया। बस अपने क्वेश्चन की फोटो खींचो, उसे क्रॉप करो और तुरंत वीडियो सोल्यूशन पाओ। डाउनलोड नाउ।
Hello friends, welcome. The question states I is equals to P upon 4 pi r square, which is a formula. I is equals to P upon 4 pi r square. At a large distance r from a radio antenna, the intensity of the radio signal I is related to the power of the signal P by the formula above. By this formula, I is equals to P upon 4 pi r square. So, for the same signal emitted by a radio antenna, observer A measures its intensity to be 16 times the intensity measured by observer B. Right? Now, here we had I as intensity, P as power, and 4 pi where R is the distance, or you could say radius, right? So the question states, observer A measures its intensity to be 16 times the intensity measured by observer B. The distance of observer A from the radio antenna is what? Fraction of the distance of the observer B from the radio antenna, right? So let us solve this particular question. So we had I is equals to P upon 4 pi r square, right? And the question states, observer A measures its intensity, so I for observer A to be 16 times the intensity measured by observer B. So if I have the intensity of observer B as IB, so for A it is 16 times of observer B, so I can write it as is equals to 16 upon 1, because A is 16 times that of B, so I can write it as 16 upon 1, right? Now, here I had the formula of intensity as P upon 4 pi r square. So, I can write this formula independently for both observers A and observer B. So, let me first write the value of IA, right? So, we could write IA is equals to P, because the signal is same, so the power remains same, upon 4 pi radius of A square. And similarly, we could say intensity of B is equals to P upon 4 pi r B square, right? So we have three things. This is the first term, this is the second term, and this is the third term, right? So let us combine these three now. The first one was the ratio which was given in the question, IA upon IB is equal to 16 upon 1, and then we find out the value of IA, and then we found out the value of IB. So we had three equations. So let us substitute the value of 2 and 3 in 1. Okay, so we are substituting 2 and 3 in 1. So 1, we have IA upon IB, which is equals to 16 upon 1, and we have IA as P upon 4 pi RA square. So let us substitute this value of IA. So we can write this as P upon 4 pi RA square, right? And this entire term is divided by value of IB, right? IB. So I can say this as, replacing this IB as P upon 4 pi r B square, and this value was equal to 16 upon 1. Now, since we have these terms as dividing each other, we can say we can multiply this term by reciprocal of this, right? Because whenever we have A upon B upon C upon D, we could write this simply as A upon B multiplied by D upon C. So using this same concept over here, we can write this term as P upon 4 pi RA square, which is this first term, A by B, right? Into, we have this C upon D. So it becomes d upon c and comes in multiplication. So this becomes 4 pi rp square upon p. And we have this p and this p cancel out. This 4 pi and this 4 pi cancel out. And this was equal to 16 upon 1. Now, if I write this again in simple terms, so what remains is rb upon ra. So we can say rb square upon ra square is equals to 16 upon 1. And if we take a square root on both the sides, this becomes rb upon ra is equals to 4, right? And now if we multiply both sides by ra, because ultimately we did not have to find rb upon ra, we have to find ra upon rb. That is the distance of observer A with the ratio of distance of observer B, right? So if you multiply both sides by ra, we get rb equals 4ra. And now if we divide both sides by 4 times rb or 4rb, right? So we get, here we are dividing by 4rb, that is 4rb. So this rb is cancelled out and what remains is 1 upon 4. And this 1 upon 4 is equals to, this 4 is cancelled out when we divide by 4rb, right? So this what remains is ra upon rb. So we obtained the ratio of ra upon rb as 1 by 4, which is the ratio of the distance of observer A to distance of observer B as 1 by 4. And upon comparing with the options, so we had distance of observer A from the radio antenna is what fraction of distance of observer B from the radio antenna, right? And if we compare with the options, we see that this matches with option A. So we see the correct answer to this particular question is option A, which is 1 by 4. That is it, guys. Thank you for watching.
क्लास 6 से 12 से लेके नीट IIT जेई मेंस और एडवांस के लेवल तक 10 मिलियन से ज़्यादा स्टूडेंट्स का भरोसा। आज ही डाउनलोड करें डाउटनेट ऐप या व्हाट्सएप कीजिए अपने डाउट्स 8400 400 400 पर।